trade that way.
Yeah, well,
Hey, gentlemen, let's move on to our homework. It's been a really exciting question this week.
Yes.
So the question asked was, we have to build a PlayStation 2 collection of 10 games using price charting prices, and we have a $200 budget.
10 games, $200 price, $200 budget, price charting.
So we'll go through the games fairly quickly so we're not sitting here for half an hour. Finn, being our guest, would you like to show us your budget and a little bit of method behind the madness?
Yeah, I will. So here is actually a really fun game. I wasn't really into any kind of like motorsports game as a kid, but I played this growing up. I was actually relatively poor, so I actually had to resort to demos. Do you know Demo Disc? They had 20, 30 games on it. Oh my God, those were the thing back then. Played this on, I don't know if this was like a Midway Arcade Treasures that had this demo. And it might have been just a normal PS2, like jam-packed demo disc. This game is fun as hell. If you like biking or any kind of motorsports game, this is one of the most fast-paced like biking games you will ever play. I mean, you're going 50, 60, maybe 70 miles per hour down a never-ending hill that's like 10 miles long. It's Downhill Domination is a really fun biking game. So that's my first one. Because I streamed this recently, and it's my wife's favorite game, Final Fantasy X. Early on, I didn't think this game was for me, and then later on, after I played it, it's a wonderful game. I gave it like a 9.5 out of 10. It's really fun. It's challenging as well.
Is it the one with the obnoxious guy going?
Yeah, a little bit. So, greatest hits title, because the Black Label is $15, $20 more. God of War. So here is an example of if you want a game and you want to budget it a little more, instead of getting the Black Label of God of War, you can save $15, $20. You pick this up for about $15. God of War Black Label now is almost $30, $35. Big difference. God of War, obviously, if anyone who's played PS2, that is one of the crown jewels of the console. My wife likes Kingdom Hearts. I do too. It's kind of a pretty fun game. My favorite racing game of all time, Need for Speed Most Wanted. I can actually show you a variant of that one.
The Black Label?
I stacked this as well. Yeah.
Is it the Black Edition?
Well, it had a greatest hits, but it also had a slipcover.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Need for Speed Most Wanted Black Edition, yeah. This had bonus cars, bonus levels. It had some classic muscle cars as well. SS Camaro. So, trying to get through these a little quicker for you. Kind of the variant king. I got to go back to Kingdom Hearts. Comparing the two, definitely a rarity difference. You'll see.
Shiny.
If I can get it to focus. So one of these titles are worth $10-15, and the other one's worth $300 plus.
What?
Do you see a difference?
Is it silhouetted and the other one's got detail?
No, I mean I have this one in a protective cover. That's the expensive one. So if you look at the bottom,
looks darker, but I don't know if that's the light.
Look at the manufacturer. You have Squaresoft and Square Enix.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you about that on FF10.
Yeah, this was one of those games during their kind of transitional phase where I think was it Enix bought Soft. They decided to do another print, and there's not many copies of that. So the Enix copy is extremely expensive. If you wanted a cheap copy that says Square Enix Greatest Hits, every copy on the Greatest Hits received a Square Enix one. I unfortunately don't have the Square Enix copy for Final Fantasy X. I'm still looking for that.
Really?
I've not had luck. I have been looking for probably 6 months, twice, 2-3 times a day. Not one has been listed since. All right. On to the next one. We have a big Spyro fan. I played Spyro quite a bit as a kid, mostly on PS1. Spyro Year of the Dragon was my all-time favorite. For PS2, it'd probably have to be Enter the Dragonfly. This one also did receive a exclusive soundtrack variant. So
there it is.
Free soundtrack inside. The call out is on the front of the cover art. It's not a sticker. The soundtrack Looks kind of like a PS1 game.
Nice. Let's go.
Stop that. We're in a rush.
You gotta love.
It looks like a CD, which is cool.
It looks like a CD or a PS1 game, correct? So, alrighty, on to the next one. We have kind of a more expensive game. The most expensive one I was able to budget into.
$49.85, if I'm correct.
Let me.
is it in your stack too?
Maybe.
Yep, $49.85. That's for sure. So,
That was half. That's no a quarter.
that's
of
a
your budget.
quarter of my whole budget. Yep. So, if I show you guys something that should not exist, I have 2 copies because one is a variant. Well,
What's the difference? Fucking so many
I
variants.
got the free Simpsons trading card.
free trading card inside. I will open up my copy and show you guys what the trading cards look like.
Ooh.
I was fortunate enough to actually find a couple copies, and they've been selling for 250 to 300 plus.
Is there more than one trading card?
There's 2 trading cards. At least they should have 2 trading cards. So inside my this is sealed.
Don't
I think my
open
pack
it.
is sealed. Hold on. I
Don't
think I have a
open it.
copy. I think I have a copy listed on eBay that shows both of them. Let me see. I bet my copy is sealed. So you're gonna get kind of it's gonna be a transparent pack.
Looks like 4 cards there.
There's 2 cards in it. That's basically the front and back of them. If we're not in a huge rush, do you want me to go grab an open copy and show you the differences?
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it, man.
All right, give me one moment.
While Finn's doing that, do you want to start with your game as well?
No, actually, let him finish this stack. Did you bring do you have physical copies of yours, Figs, or did you bring up a bunch of images? I have a few of the games in my stack, but I don't I have a few, but not most of them.
If it's a budget of $200, I'm owning those games.
There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's one of the 2 cards. They did sell a deck of cards, I believe, at one point. I think there's over 200 cards in the full collection. I'm way off screen.
That's almost like a meme having the collector in there.
Oh, absolutely, isn't it? So those are 2 of the cards, and that is where majority of your value is.
So it was to help promote the trading
but
cards,
For,
I guess.
for whatever reason, finding that call out on the PS2 is so hard to find. It's not a sticker. This is print on the cover art. So it's definitely a unique one. Alrighty, carrying on.
I love your shirt, by the way, Finn. Is that a PS2
Oh.
shirt?
Yeah, so this is a PlayStation 2 polo. This was
The back of it was cool, yeah.
Yeah, I got this from I didn't get this specifically, but I bought this off eBay, and the listing guy actually had the receipt for it. This was sold at a convention or an E3 booth in 2005, so an actual Sony official booth.
Fucking Finn, you are thick.
It's really comfortable too.
You are thick as fuck. Wait, what else we got?
Alrighty. And then I am a big fan of the Sims.
Sims, really?
I am. I do like the Sims. I prefer the older ones, to be honest with you.
I only ever played it on PC.
Yeah, my wife loves like 4, some of the later ones and that. I like 1 and 2. And I would
I
prefer to
like
play it
the
on
spin-off
PS2.
titles, like Busting Out and those ones. I thought they were great.
Another one we have is Xenosaga.
Oh, 1, really? Okay.
I like 1, and
I guess
my wife
3
does
would
as well.
3 would blow the fucking budget.
I don't like 2 and 3, if I'm being honest with you. And she says the same thing. It's just kind of falls off the radar, I think. I mean, of course, it's expensive. It's later in the set, Xenosaga 3. And then I have Yakuza.
You mean Yakuza?
Sure.
How much is Yakuza in North America?
It's $28.33.
Okay, that's
According
not
to
too
price
bad.
charting. It's definitely going up in price because I probably picked this up for $10-15 a few years back. That's all 10 of mine. So.
Did you do the math? What'd you total out to?
I have little lunch money left to spare. I'm 194.53.
Oh yeah, you do.
So I can get myself, I don't know,
Yeah,
a little something to eat for lunch.
Let's do my stack. It's just it's a virtual stack. When I was done with my stack, I was like, oh man, I forgot this, I forgot that. But you know what? I'm gonna stick with my stack. So Figsy, if you would just bring them up at random, I would. Yes, okay. Code Resident Evil, Code Veronica X. I went with the red label because it's fucking cheaper. It's. Let me see. I have it here.
Can I show you a variant for Code Veronica?
This game will cost you $11.77 according to Price Chart.
The cheapest Atlas game ever.
No, I have an Atlas game, and this is my Atlas game. It's not the fucking tennis game. I'm sure you're gonna bring up.
Oh yes, okay.
So the tennis game is cheaper.
I forget about that one.
This is a weird little fucking racing / RPG-ish game. I don't know. It's weird. But I love this game. It's only $15.08. It's an Atlas title. It's on PS2. It's got a lot of character. There you go. What's next for me, Figs? Now, Figs, I know for a fact Dark Cloud 1 is on your list. If it is. But Dark Cloud 2 is actually the superior game. I'm just, everybody loves it. This is a little pricier on the scale. This is a $27 game. But Dark Cloud 2, everybody says so. I say so. Yeah, it's fucking one of the fucking.
Have you played it?
Yes, I have. It's one of the great RPGs on the PS2 system. So I had to stick one of those in there. What's next on my list, Figsy? Tekken Tag Tournament. You cannot fuck with Tekken Tag Tournament. If you're a fighting game aficionado, this is the shit. Or if you like Tekken, this is the shit. I put more hours in this game than probably any other fighting game I've played. Right there is front and center at the top. Heihachi Mishima, he's my fucking main. Love this game. Tekken Tag. I highly recommend it. What else we got? Oh yes, I can't talk enough about this game. Tenchu Wrath of Heaven. Fucking ninja goodness. Sneak up behind you, stab you in the back. Fucking delight. There you go. What else we got, Figsy? Tenchu Fatal Shadows, and this is probably the priciest game on my list. Is coming in clocking in at $33.50. It's a Tenchu game. I love Tenchu. I've had a boner for ninjas ever since I was a weeb. Ever since I got my first boner. So there you go. Tenchu Fatal Shadows. And you can't make a list without Grand Theft Auto on it. Vice City was my favorite. I prefer it over San Andreas. I don't know. It just kicked all the right boxes for me. I remember Miami Vice, and this is 80s perfection. So
Vice City is absolutely my favorite as well of all time.
It's a beautiful game.
Soundtrack alone kills it. Just makes it.
Just the 80s vibe. Feels awesome.
I think I have two more on the list. Champions of Norath. My girlfriend turned me on to this game. This is one that actually still sits in the collection. This one clocks in at, let me see, where am I? $34. And actually, this is the priciest game on the list. $34.07. Fucking dungeon crawling goodness. I haven't put too much time in this game, but I just feel if as a collector, this is one that does belong on your list. So Champions of Norath, there it is. And the last game should be, oh no, I got two more games in. Metal Gear Solid 2. I want the greatest hits just for price, just to fit it into my budget. Metal Gear Solid. You can't fuck with Solid Snake. Look at him. He'll fuck you up. Metal Gear Solid 2.
Snake.
$6.98. It's a good game. It's Metal Gear. Let's go. All right. And I believe is the last game. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. First one. Because the fucking second and third one, second one's like $60 and the third one's like $150. This is $25.06. Dragon Ball. I mean, that's all I gotta say. I love Dragon Ball. I prefer to be honest. If there's no Dragon Ball, straight up Dragon Ball, he's a little kid. That's my favorite. Dragon Ball Z is decent. After that, it kind of goes downhill. I don't know. Dragon Ball Super is pretty good, but no, Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi. Get on it. It's still cheap, only on $25. So there it is, and that's my list. That's all 10, right, Figs?
Beautiful list.
Joe's
Oh,
the
thank you.
editor as well.
Huh?
Joe's
Oh,
the
you guys,
editor.
you guys took the shit out of my hand, so I'm at the mercy of fucking Joe.
Have you got
All right,
any money left over, Will?
Oh, my total was $196.81 according to Price Charting.
Nice.
Very good.
Well, I picked out 10 games. I tried to not pick any games from the same series. So Grand Theft Auto, I wanted to pick a couple. I only picked one, for example. So I'll get into the 10. Burnout 3. Have to have a Burnout game on the list. And they're all cheap. So Burnout was one of the first titles I added to this. And
That game
Crash
is
Mode,
so
especially.
fun.
Crash Mode is the best. I actually was playing this multiplayer with my buddy like 2 weeks ago upstairs. So you mentioned Spyro. Well, I don't believe Spyro on PS2 was as good as, say, PS1 Spyro, but there is another series that I believe peaked on PS2, and that was Ratchet and Clank. So I had to go with my favorite, which is Up Your Arsenal. Amazing title, and it's pretty cheap too. Black Label copy was $15.49. One that Finn showed, and one of my more pricey ones, but you have to have this one for an essential PS2 collection, and that is The Simpsons Hit and Run. I actually saved this for the end to see how much money I had left over, because if I didn't have enough, I was going to put Road Rage in there, because Road Rage is just as good, but Hit and Run's just a little bit better, and unfortunately, it's a bit more expensive. So in North America, this title is called Bully. However, the name got changed in PAL, and it's called Canis Kemen Edit. Of course, this is Bully. Fantastic title. Wish it would get a remake or a sequel. And it's still really cheap. This one was $17.50.
Bully almost made my list, but I went with Grand Theft Auto instead.
So here's my second most expensive one. If you know me, you'll know I love this game, and that is Scarface. I was surprised at how expensive the American copy is. You're looking at $45, I believe, where the PAL copy is a bit cheaper. But to keep it in uniform, I use the North American pricing as well. So Scarface is definitely an essential. I wanted to pick a driving simulator game, and there's no better driving game than Gran Turismo 4. Absolutely amazing. I had hundreds of hours into this as a kid. I really love the white cover we got in the PAL region. I believe it's the only game that has the white cover, which is kind of cool.
Is the white case unique to PAL as well?
Yeah, the white case, I mean. Sorry. One that Will called out before, but my favorite game.
Uh-oh. Does everybody freeze up, or is it just me?
No, he's freezing a little bit.
One of the best games ever made.
Figs, you're
Here's Dark.
You're buffering.
Trying to buffer a little.
Yeah, it's only got one bar. I don't know what's going on. Next one, we have Metal Gear Solid 3. This is a fantastic Metal Gear Solid game, and it's pretty cheap too. It was only $13.29, so it has to be an essential title. There is Substance as well, but Substance is pretty expensive, so I went to Snake Eater. Finn showed this one, absolute classic. I loved it back in the day as a kid, and I still love it today. And that, of course, is Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Hard to go past Kingdom Hearts. And I would pick number 1 over number 2 myself. And another one that Finn showed, and it was hard to choose between one, but I'd say this is my favorite Grand Theft Auto. Of course, Vice City.
Oh, yeah.
Can't beat Vice City.
You just can't.
That was this week's homework, guys.
It was glorious.
That's a fucking. This is one of my favorite. We did this before with the PS3, I guess, when Ricky was on.
Yeah. It's not like a 5-minute job. Like this, I'm sure it took you all half an hour to an hour to make that list, correct?
Yeah, it took me a good 45 minutes, and it's like when you're done and you're thinking about it, it's like, oh, what about this? What about this? Nobody should have did it. No, yeah.
You know how many budget greatest hits titles I put in there because I know all the budget ones. It's like, okay, let me put some like better titles in there. Start siphoning out. I only ended up with one greatest hits title, but when I started,
Kidding, so you can sneak a
like
$200 game in there.
6 or 7.